I'm gonna talk to you about one of my favorite TV shows ever today, The OC. So I learned yesterday that The OC ended 10 years ago this week, and that is a very emotional thing for me to process. So you might already know that I'm obsessed and love Gilmore Girls. Well, The OC, I would say, is like on a very similar level to Gilmore Girls in my life. Those two shows are the shows that like affected me the most while I was in high school. So yeah, I'm just gonna share some random things about the OC. Like, there are a lot of similarities between the OC and Gilmore Girls. Number one being Adam Brody. I loved Adam Brody immediately on Gilmore Girls as Dave Rogowski, and whenever he left, I was devastated. Him and Lane were the cutest, and I'm still very upset that she ended up with Zach and not Dave Rogowski because I loved him. But I'm glad that he went on to become Seth Cohen because, man, I love Seth Cohen even more. And here's the t-shirt to prove it. Here's my super awesome I Heart Seth Cohen shirt that my bestie Shan got for me for my 21st birthday. I mostly wear it as like a bedtime shirt or hanging around the house shirt now because it's got like weird stains, but I will never get rid of this shirt. It is mine forever. So while I'm talking about Gilmore Girls similarities, there is something else that kind of ties over between Gilmore Girls and the OC, and that is the coffee cart. If you don't know about the coffee cart in either show, let me take you on a journey. So Rory Gilmore and Logan, who I am Team Logan in Gilmore Girls, have this thing with a coffee cart where like he fucks shit up in their relationship and then he like buys her a coffee cart for the day because Rory loves coffee. And then in the OC, Summer is ignoring Seth, and Seth stands up on the coffee cart in the middle of their cafeteria and is like, "You need to profess your love for me now or lose me forever," in this really dramatic moment. So basically, I've determined that I'm going to somehow meet the love of my life through a coffee cart. I still haven't found the coffee cart yet, so that's probably what's holding up, my love life right now. Whatever, but I love that both of those shows have a coffee cart in them. So my friends and I in high school and college, I guess. So the OC started my junior year of high school and ended my sophomore year of college. And so whenever I was in college, we would watch some of the old seasons over the summer in my friend Shan's basement. And it was me and Shan and my friend Eber, and we would just like watch a bunch of reruns of the OC and chill and like hang out, because I don't know, we were 19. And we all got these little My Little Ponies because if you're familiar, Summer has Princess Sparkle. So this is Princess Shimmer, and I've had her for like over 10 years now. She usually lives on my dresser, and I love her so much. Fun fact, and if you're familiar with the OC, if not, you probably should like stop watching right now because you're not going to get any of these references, and it's lame, but whatever. So I introduced the OC to my my college boyfriend because he kind of had Adam Brody vibes, or at least that's what I told myself, like a blonde Adam Brody, whatever, which I think is funny. But I got him a little plastic horse for Christmas once because Adam Brody's Seth Cohen had Captain Oates and Summer had Princess Sparkle, so I had Princess Shimmer, and I got him a horse, and we named it something else, like, I don't know, like Lieutenant Biscuits or something. I don't really remember what we named him. Maybe he does, not sure. So I really liked imitating, the TV show in my real life because duh. Also, I love all of the like holiday episodes for the OC and tend to like watch them around that holiday. Like all of the Christmas episodes are the best, duh. And also the one New Year's episode is so good. Shan and Eber and I were doing New Year's Eve together in Harrisonburg, and we were like eating Chinese food while watching this episode before we were getting ready to go out, and it's just so good. But that is during the Oliver era, and he's the worst thing that happened to the OC, besides Marissa Cooper generally existing. Like, she's the worst. But man, I just love the OC so much, and I think the OC is one of the first shows that I noticed having like an amazing soundtrack. It was almost you know, its own character, just how important the music was in the OC. I discovered some of my favorite bands through the OC, specifically Butch Walker. I found him through season 4. This song, Hot Girls in Good Moods, it's so good.
Over as far as I can tell, and it sounds like heaven and feels good as hell. Baby, you're so hot. Give me everything I got. Can you tell me how to not love a hot girl in a good mood?
And then later I like followed along his career and stuff and learned that he did a lot of like producing for Katy Perry and Avril Lavigne and Fall Out Boy and a bunch of other people, in addition to having his own music career since like forever. Oh, I almost forgot. Butch Walker went on to do a cover of You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift, and then he performed with her on the Grammys. And so I was watching the Grammys because duh, and Taylor Swift was performing, and then I was like, oh my god, that's Butch Walker with her, and it was so cool. So yeah, Butch Walker, I found him through the OC, and so I'm grateful for that. Yeah, and then they also always had really cool music guests on at the Bait Shop, which I always think is cool, like the hangout spot in TV shows. Like in the OC it's the Bait Shop, and in Buffy it's the Bronze, and in One Tree Hill it's Trick. I always like to think that my college spot that we all hung out at and watched music was the Blue Nile, so that's kind of my the Bait Shop. I mean, we didn't get anyone as cool as like Rooney or the Killers to play there, but you know, whatever. So yeah, I just really still love the OC and own all of them on DVD, even though you can watch them on Hulu. I'm gonna not get rid of those. I have them and Gilmore Girls because, like I said, they're my 2 like all-time favorite shows. They're so good. I remember one time, this was obviously before, you know, like Netflix or Hulu or where you could watch TV online. I was away on the band trip and I was talking to my friend's boyfriend about the OC because she didn't watch the OC, but her boyfriend did. So he was filling me in on what I missed while I was on the band trip because it was really important. Like, you never know. And that's when I decided that I wanted to live in their pool house one day. My dreams are not to own a house with a pool, and a pool house is just to like live in someone else's pool house. That seems reasonable, right? Whatever. I also, like, I very vividly remember watching the last episode of the OC. I was working at Walt Disney World at the time during the Disney College program. I feel like I had to like request off or like switch shifts with someone so that I could watch it because I was that dedicated to it. And at the time I was very convinced that it wasn't going to be ending. They were just going to switch networks or something, kind of like what Buffy did where they said it was ending, but then they just switched networks and it kept going for a few more seasons. So I was convinced that that is what was going to happen. And then while I'm watching the final episode, I realized that it was definitely over and just like started sobbing. It was just like so emotional. I love them so much. Seth Cohen will forever be my first love. And I just feel so nostalgic about this show, and I'm probably going to start watching it again now. I do have a bunch of like OC playlists because, like I mentioned, their music was amazing, and Seth Cohen forever, and that's really the moral of this story. So, like, do you love the OC? Did you love the OC? Do you still have a crush on Seth Cohen like me? Please let me know. Or, like, if not the OC, what is your OC? I'd love to hear about it.